Hi everybody, I'm Mike. This is a bunch of guns and gear reviews, and today we're going to take a look at the Patriot in the Dark Blind Challenge. Stick around. Maybe we'll learn something together. For those who don't know, Patriot in the Dark is a YouTuber and Gunchannels member who happens to be blind. He's issued a challenge to firearms content creators to do a video blindfolded showing and demonstrating how, and not just demonstrating, but describing as you go how someone who's visually impaired might field strip a handgun. So I'm going to do that today with the CZ-82. Step one would be to take the weapon in your right hand, finger indexed along the frame, not on the trigger. Step two would be to eject the magazine. You can, on the CZ-82, you can do this one of two ways since it is an ambidextrous magazine release. You can either use your middle finger and contact the button on what would be the right side of the weapon, or your thumb, I'm not a contortionist, but hey, to depress the magazine release on what would be the left side of the weapon. For purposes of showing, I'm going to use my middle finger on the right side. Next would be to ensure that there's no round chamber. And again, do not put your finger on the trigger during this evolution. You want to locate the ejection port with your left hand by running your fingers along the top of the slide until you feel the ejection port. On the side that would be facing you, which would be the left side of the weapon, you'll feel this control with your thumb. That is the slide stop. What you wish to do is grab the slide with your left hand, pull it back, using your right thumb, engage the slide stop. Now again, if you've lost it, use your left hand, run along top of the slide to find the ejection port. Stick a pinky in until you can feel the chamber to physically inspect that there is no round in the chamber. There's being no round in the chamber, you can release the slide stop and allow the slide to go forward. Now on the CZ-82, this assembly is a little bit different from what you would expect. There are no pins to pull out or disassembly levers to throw, or you don't have to do like you have to with the Glock and release the striker by pulling the trigger and then your little thingies, which would be about here on the Glock. You don't have to do any of that. Instead, you take your left hand, hook your first couple fingers inside the trigger guard in front of the trigger, take your thumb, press near the end of the weapon, press up with your thumb, pull down with your fingers. There you have, the trigger guard has come down. You can hear that click. At this point, that has unlocked the slide. Since this is a fixed barrel design, you can then take the slide, push it all the way back. When you feel it bottom out, you can lift the slide up off of the rails and then forward. Be careful at this point that you don't just let it go, because you also are taking the recoil spring off of the fixed barrel. That's it. That's all the further you really need to take this down. If you want, you can take the spring out and give it a light cleaning, whatever, light oiling. Run your patches through the barrel, do whatever. There's nothing in it. You can clean everything up. To reassemble, what I like to do, let me park that right there. What I like to do is take my recoil spring, place it in the weapon, in the slide, anyhow. Find the end of my barrel, place that in the rear of the recoil spring. Pull the slide all the way back until it goes down onto the rails. Let it go forward, grasping it between my thumb and forefinger. Push up on the trigger guard until it clicks into place, and now I can function check the weapon. Again, don't put your finger on the trigger until you know you're ready to fire. Okay. Squeezing the trigger, hammer goes forward. Now you can try a double action. Cock the hammer. This has an ambidextrous safety, so you can either engage it with your thumb or your forefinger on this hand. Make sure that doesn't work. Well, make sure it does work. You know what I meant. Go ahead and disengage it. Yep, everything works. So there you have it. That was my take on the Patriot in the Dark blind challenge using the CZ-82. If you like what you saw, please like, share, subscribe. Absolutely go over to Patriot in the Dark's channel and give him a subscribe. Great guy, great channel, great stuff. And as always, come on back. Maybe we'll learn something together.
What you want?